is Showtime on Show TV GH with me, Miss Lali. Today we happen to find ourselves inside Amanfrom in Kaswa, where we will be talking to a very important personality. But before we do that, please subscribe to our YouTube channel on Show TV GH. Like, comment, and share as many times as you can. As I said earlier on, we are actually in Amanfrom Kaswa, where we will be talking to, in fact, he's actually a real gentleman. It's Patrick Renel AFFUL. He's a singer and also the Vice President of the Youth Ministry at Miracle Rock Assemblies of God. You're welcome.
Thank you, Miss Lai.
You are looking much handsome today.
We thank God for that. That's good.
Yes, Patrick AFFUL. We know you as Patrick AFFUL, but our viewers would like to know more about you today. What do you have to tell our viewers today?
Okay, my name is Patrick AFFUL. Friends mostly call me Renel. That's what that's showbiz name or what people used to identify with my ministry. And so I'm from Apam in the central region. That's where I'm from. And then I have a sister. We only two. I have a sister and she's in Apam and I'm here. So I say basically that's what I.
There is this rumor that you were actually a Muslim. How true is it?
Let me say by birth it seems true because my dad is a Muslim and then my mom is a Christian. So that's basically it.
By birth, you were a Muslim. Why didn't you choose Islam? Why the church arena?
Okay. My mom actually there was a separation because my dad's people were trying to tell my mom to Islamize, but my mom's parents too were not in support of that. So there was a break, and then daddy had to go away, and we were with mom. So definitely because we were with mom, myself and my big sister, then we had to really Christianize. So we became Christian by then.
Who actually led you to the church? Is it your mom, a friend, or maybe family friend?
As in this church or as in Christ? Oh, this church, there was a friend. Yeah, when I completed school into 2008, I came to Kasua and then stayed with a friend, and then the parents. But they were coming to church in this place. So though I was a Methodist by birth, my mom, everybody, my uncles, my aunties, they are all Methodists. But
Just one greeting.
as in their
Yeah,
greetings, oh, Christ in tea. Then they say, yeah, this shit.
Okay, he's actually a proud Methodist, you know. So, Minister Patrick, a bit of your background, your educational background to us.
Okay, I started school in Apam. That's from primary to GHS, completed GHS around 2005, and then continued in Apam Senior High School, what we call
You really lived all your life in Apam, I must say.
mostly, yeah, Great Apas, and I continued Senior High School there. That's a pass, and then from there I came to Kaswa. That was in 2008. Around 2014, I gained admission into the University of Education. I really wanted to be an academician. As in, I loved.
I can see that. I can see that.
All right, thank you. I loved academics. I wanted to study. So, but unfortunately, background wasn't all that good. So, because of the separation that had happened earlier, so it was a bit difficult trying to pull resources together to go to the university. So, I came to Kasua in 2008, and it was around 2014 that by God's grace I had this sponsorship from a member in the church. Then we had
That's
to
amazing.
go down to the university. Yes. So,
So, I learned you are actually the best student in political science. Tell us a bit about that.
all right, that's true. That's true. I studied political science and then history, so it was a combination. Mostly you do two, and I became the best student actually, but it wasn't easy because I was a minister too on campus. Sometimes I have to travel here, travel there, trying to minister. Sometimes I'll go to Kumasi, go and minister on Sunday, come back Monday morning, and maybe it's Monday in the afternoon we'll be having a quiz or an exam. So very, 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 very difficult.
Wait, did you see yourself as a singer growing up?
No, I didn't see that. Just that almost all my family members are choristers.
Uh, a cheap. Okay, let me keep that one.
Okay, so almost all of them were choristers, but that's a choir thing. We do it as a choir, a choral thing, so we all sing together. It wasn't like solo ministers like I do now. Those times it was a choir, and then sometimes my mom would go and then I go with her. So
That was where you picked that singing from. You are still watching Showtime on Show TV GH with me, Miss Lali. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, like, share, and comment on our videos. Still talking to Brother Patrick. So, Brother Patrick, you said earlier on that your family is actually full of choristers. Okay, in view of that, can you just do something, just a little bit of something for us to see?
there is this Methodist hymn we mostly do when we're growing up. Our strength, thy grace, our rule, thy word, our end, the glory of the Lord, our strength, thy grace, our rule, Lord, your word, our end, the glory of the Lord.
That was so beautiful. So let's come to your role models. I mean, people that you've been looking up to in this particular ministry of yours. People that you've been looking up to.
Actually, there are many because
Just give us five of them.
them. Okay, let's say the first person would be Brother Solomon. Solomon Mensah. He was in church. I think when I discovered that I could sing based on the help of one man of God, he was the one that decided to train me. So Brother Solomon Zoto Mensah, he is the first. And then now we can choose people like Joe Metal, who is also a role model. Francis Samo, who is also a role model. Uh, and several others. And then when you go outside, you have people like Donnie McClurkin and the rest. They all inspire us.
Big names in the music industry, anyway. We want to know, as the vice president of the youth ministry, what has been your major responsibilities? What role are you playing in the youth ministry?
Mostly, I would have to help the president in getting things done. But to vicing him purposely is about shedding some of his responsibilities. Sometimes I would have to speak to the man of God on something, or if he's on assignment, he can ask me to take care of things whilst he's away. And so that's basically what I do, so that I advise him.
We have this perception. There is this perception ongoing. I mean, I know you may be aware of it, that male church singers like you have been taking advantage of the female singers. What do you have to say about that?
That is true because actually women or ladies, they like talent. People who are talented, yeah. So you actually have ladies with you. So if you are not focused, if you are not God centered, if you are not God charactered, then definitely if you don't take care, because when the pressure comes and you're not strong in the word, you're not able to stand, you will go wayward, just like any other person. Just that women or ladies, they like talent. So mostly the talented ones, singers, drummers, people who do something in church or out there. That
You heard from Patrick. Oh, he said women. I mean, ladies like us. In fact, we are so much interested in those talented guys. I mean, Those who are the drummers, the music, Charlie, Patrick, you won't say anything. Okay. Also, there are these great secular musicians. Most of them have said that back then they started from the church. Are you also looking forward to end up secular in secular music?
No, I am doing God. I'm not doing music. It's what you do that will determine where you end. Very good. So, if you are doing music, then you think the music out there is better than the one you have in church, then definitely you can leave and go. But I'm doing God, and so it is in God that I find the music. So, uh, it's God till the end. I don't look.
It's actually God till the end, as Minister Patrick will put it. Um, let's go on. This particular question I want to ask you, it's actually a general question. The youths of today and their dedication to the things of God, what do you have to say about it as well?
This lies. This is a problem, and I think it's been in all churches. I believe that our commitment is based on uh, your focus and your purpose, the way you see God. But now, the economy, our society, our community has everything against our dedication and our commitment to God. What if you work? Because after all, you can't stay as a youth without working. You have to work. And what if you have to go to work? Sometimes some of the work you go, you close late. So what do you do? And how do we show our commitment? Sometimes you have to be in church, you have to be helping your man of God, your pastor on other things. But this is the case, you have to do other things to support. So the economy of our time and then the general outview of our society is making our commitment cold.
Minister, there is this notion that most of you singers don't actually perform in one church. You go around other churches performing and taking money. How true is that?
That's true. But I don't say we perform and take money, but we go to other churches. And the thing is that mostly they honor you when you go there. We call that honorarium because, for instance, I
But then with the honorarium, as you say it, is it still not money? So it can still be classified as the shabo shabo thing.
no, that's not it. The thing is that, for instance, I've traveled from here to just recently. I was in somewhere around AFFUL, and then went there to minister. And when you do that and you're coming back, at least I've come with my money. When I came, I paid offering. When I came, I sang. And so when I'm coming and then you honor me, it's not bad. Like take this and then board car and come home. There are
That is actually in a form of transportation, if I may say.
And that's exactly how it is. They honor your ministry because if they want, they should pay us the way they pay the other secular musicians. You know, it's heavy, so it's not payments. We just get honored.
Let's go on. Aside ministry, is there any other thing you do aside ministry?
Aside ministry, I also teach. I was teaching and I still do teach, and because in the second place, I think Winneba is a teacher training school, something like that. It's a teacher training university. It's a university of education, and so hopefully, if all things go in the way we plan, then it means that one day I may be entering into teaching. I love to teach actually.
One very thing that you're most passionate about.
One very thing I am most passionate about is God. I think that's all that drives me. So it is still God and it has been God. That's my passion. Any other passion centers around or revolves around the fact that I am passionate about God.
Are you thinking of becoming a pastor, if I should put it that way, a reverend someday?
That is your calling. If the Lord calls, I'll respond. I am just waiting for his call.
All right, so those people out there acting as pastors and reverends, please, it's a calling. Know that. Okay, let me ask this one. It's not me. Oh. People are asking me to ask you. People are telling me to ask you. Are you married?
No, for now I'm not. I'm not married.
Dating.
Let's say yes, I'm preparing to get married.
So the ladies out there who have actually eyes for Minister Patrick, he said he has been taken. Why? I say I found a crowd of that. Muntie, he has been taken already. There is this notion that Christian marriages, let me put it, singers like you or people doing well in ministry and also decide to get married to their colleague in ministry, the marriages don't end up well. What do you say about that?
The issue is not the marriages, but the issue is with time. Because marriage, most by what I've read about it and what I've seen about it, I think it's mostly time. And these people are timeless, or perhaps they are time limited. For instance, today I'm here. I was in church this morning. I went home. I came back to church again before this interview. And so,
The timing is actually the problem.
so if I have a wife who is also doing same,
Not understanding enough. I mean, you have problems.
very good. That's it. Yeah, that's it.
This one, I want to know your favorite food.
Wow. I actually like groundnut soup and rice balls. That's my favorite.
Emuto special. Emuto special.
That's right. This right.
Okay. All right. And what else? Let's talk about continental.
Continental. Do I take that?
Take continental.
Oh, well, I'm not. I'm a local guy, so yeah, I'm a fan of local things.
So,
Maybe if continental, then what I've really tried is it pizza? Is that continental food? Okay. If it is, then and cook chilled.
pizza and coke too. That is his continental food that he takes most times. Okay. Wrapping up, we would want to wrap up very soon. What is your favorite game?
Football. I used to play when I was growing up, so the passion and the like for it is still there.
Zero. You wanted to become the next zero.
You see,
Street took over.
it did.
How did you deal with it?
Actually, it wasn't ministry that took over the football career or intention or mentality. It was academics. Because I used to look at friends and then uncles around in the village those times. They were good players, but they were still around. Some of them were aging. I realized that if I should pay attention to the football, I might also end up like them. That was the fear. That they are playing good and they are still here. What if I also play like them and I end up here? So I should concentrate on other things.
But then football is paying much these days, so are you still looking up to that?
Now I think the interest to play is not as much as the interest to work for God or work with God. Yeah.
In the next 5 to 10 years, what should Ghanaians expect from you, Minister Patrick Renel Afful?
That's very wonderful. As expectations go, and Bible too has said that the expectations of the righteous shall never be cut off. It means that as we minister or as we do the things of God, we expect that we will reach high, we will climb height. So looking at the those I told you about as they are my ministry mentors or role models, where they are, we wish to be there. So day in day out preparations are made so that we can reach that target. We next 5-10 years I should be hosting big programs.
Talking about hosting big programs, have you had the opportunity to perform on bigger platforms?
Let's say yes. Not very big though, but small. We believe it's starting from somewhere, and so. But to talk about that, I think when I was in university, I was also uh, the campus president for Assemblies of God, and they are quite a number. They are more than 1,000.
Oh, wow. You are managing all of them. Wow, that's perfect.
So if you stand in front of like 1,000 congregation, then it means that I've seen crowd a bit.
We are still talking to Minister Renel Patrick. Um, Minister Renel, I asked you your favorite food, your favorite game. One thing that I want to ask you, your favorite movie star. Do you actually like movies?
What's small, small?
So your favorite star?
Start here in Ghana. It used to be Majid, Michel Majid.
Very handsome.
Yeah, I liked him too because of his diction and his acting style. I really like that.
Tell us about your greatest fear. Your greatest fear in life.
My greatest fear in life, I should be careful about it, but I think it should be, it should be that I can work for God. If it happens that I can work for God.
That is your greatest fear. Being unable to work for God when you have the strength to do so. So that is the greatest fear. Some of you, you may think, some of you will be saying it's a woman. Some of you, my producer here will be saying it's a man, it's a woman. But someone is saying that his greatest fear is actually being unable to do things for God when he has the strength to do so. That is actually inspiring anyway. Your final words to the youth before we wrap up the whole show. Your final words to the youth.
All right, I would want to tell you something that I have learned about life, and I think most of us don't like pressure. But there is a clear-cut difference between pressure and stress. Pressure is actually good for you. I realized that most of the things I did great and I really succeeded were things I did under pressure. Sometimes I wish I get someone to push me through pressure or put me under pressure so that the actual me will come out. Bible says that the olives, the only time they provide oil is when it is pressed. So your pressing is the production of your oil. So if you really have to become that great person you aspire to be, then pressure must become your pleasure. Until pressure becomes your pleasure, it means that you will find it difficult becoming the excellent person you need to be.
Wow. This one, I don't even know how to say it all, but he said, in life, your pressure must become your pleasure so that you will be able to move forward and do more. In fact, we are so much inspired and motivated having talking to you. Thank you very much. Any shout outs to your friends? Anybody that you would want to send shout outs to?
Shout out to my church members, as in my president, a very wonderful man, brother Ebenezer Seyamwakon, and all my executives. Also, shout out to my ministry partners and followers on campus, University of Education, Winneba. I know they'll be watching, and so you have to like it, like the show, TVGH, and you like it, you follow, you share. Make sure other people will see me, because at least your papa is on TV now, and so make sure you share it and let others know about it, so that they also follow. Shout out to my papa, Reverend Dr. Ebenezer Bankwe. This wonderful auditorium belongs to his ministry, or comes under his ministry, and then we are blessed. Shout out to Miss LALI, you're a wonderful person, and then God bless you for this privilege, and shout out to your team as well, and I pray that this whole thing you are doing will manifest God, so that people will be inspired by what you do, so that it can take others very far. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Minister Patrick. A very big shout out to my producers, Eddie Bay and Mr. Show. Thanks very much for watching. Bye.